Hi everyone, welcome to VLSI Academy. This is fourth lecture on power analysis series, and today we will continue learning about libraries in power analysis. In previous video we have seen what is leakage power and how to define input signal levels and output signal levels, and how do we specify internal power levels in the cell. Now we will continue learning about custom libraries in power analysis. So today we will learn about something called as PG arc. PG arc is, by definition, it is power arc. So power to ground arc, PG arc, it defines how the current is going to flow from VDD to ground. So let's take one example. Very simple example is VDD, and then we have here one VSS, and this is gate. So now in this case, the tool will infer how the current is going to flow from VDD to ground. So this mapping is very essential for accurate power and IR analysis. So this mapping is very essential. Now, how do we define it? We define it like this in the library: PG arc. Sorry, this is not the correct thing. PG and then arc like this. And then in the flower braces, we define the PG. So like this, VDD, VSS. So the tool will easily understand that the current is going to flow from VDD to ground like this. Now in this case you don't really need to define it, because tool can easily understand that there is one VDD, there is one VSS. We can easily easily infer. So but there can be one more case. So let's say this is VDD, and then the cell is like this, and then there are multiple ground planes. Let's say you have one VSS1, but another ground plane is VSS2. In this case, what happens is that you have one going like this, and another path can be like this also. So in this case also, what happens is this is implicitly understood by the tool. What tool will understand? Tool will simply understand that there is one VDD, and it can either go to VSS1, and otherwise the other option is VSS2 like this. So when one power connects to multiple ground, then also tool can automatically split the current and infer the analysis. So in this case also, we do not really need to define any PG arc. This is a simple method. Now the problem arises when the multiple power and multiple ground pins are present. So let's take that example, that you have not just multiple grounds but multiple power domains also. So in that case you have like this. In this case, what happens is it becomes ambiguous for the tool to infer. So the tool cannot guess the correct path or correct current path, leading to incorrect results. In that case, how do we define? Basically that time it is necessary for an analysis that we define the PG arc properly. So how do we define is, it will be PG arc, and then in flower braces we need to define like maybe VDD1 and then VSS1. So this is one path. Another path can be VDD2 to VSS2, and so on. Like that we need to define the path. So that becomes that this basically methodology solves the ambiguity problem for the tool. So this mapping applies globally to all the cells. So this is very important point, that this method actually globally applies to all the cells in the design, whatever the arc that we are defining of that domain. This mapping is global, but you can override it. That is also important, that for a specific cell, if you want to override it, it can be overridden also. It's not like you cannot override it. Now the next question is, how do we override this? So let's say you have one particular cell. So let's say the name of the cell is ram underscore VDD. This is one cell. So for this cell, you want to override the global override. So in that case, let's say you have this cell ram VDD. In that you have again similar thing, VDD1 and VDD2 you have, and there is one VSS1, there is one VSS2, and you have one VSS3. Let's say by default you have VDD1 maps to VSS1, and VDD2 also maps to VSS2, but VDD2 is also mapping to VSS3. This is a, let's say, by default, but let's say you are trying to override it. in that case, let's say VDD1 to be mapped to VSS2. So in that case, you want VDD1 should be mapped to VSS2. You do not want this one. Instead, you want this one. Now, how do we define it? What we will say? We will say that cell, and then after this cell, you need to give the cell name. In this case, it is RAM VDD. And then in the flower basis, you need to define it like this: VDD1, VSS1. This is your one path. Second is VDD1, but now you have changed it to VSS2. So it will become VDD1 to VSS2, and then VDD2 to VSS3, and then you close it. So everywhere else it will be applied globally, but for this particular RAM VDD cell, it will be changed like this. So this way, when we define, it is basically a custom lib, and custom lib has highest priority and it overrides all other sources. But incomplete definition, let's say this definition is not complete, at that time it can lead to either ignored arc or it can be an wrong analysis. So basically, you can say that priority wise, if we see, so custom lib has highest priority, and after that it comes to your normal library, and then comes to left. So this is the priority order, and it will always fall back. So inaccurate analysis means if the arc is not present, sometimes there can be a fallback mechanism which leads to your your tool driven library. So this is how the order is. Nowadays tool has become more and more dependent on custom libs only. So custom libs play a more important role because they become dependent on application. So application specific ICs needs custom libs more, and that will be given as input to the tool, and it becomes basically user specific analysis in that case. So basically, based on our requirement, we have changed the library customization, and that has become more and more common nowadays. And we will see that how to use this in the further videos, where there are some more other important topics that we need to cover, but we are running out of time. So we will cover in next video about state dependent leakage power, and then we will have other important topics to cover.
That is all for this video. We will come up with more interesting topics in further videos. Please do subscribe to VLSI Academy and let us know your views in the comment section. Thank you.